What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so it's been very apparent over the past several months that NBA star, Dallas Mavericks basketball player Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion, a rapper, I guess that's what she is. They are in a relationship, and recently it was revealed that they live together, and eventually there may be matrimony in their future. A lot of brothers who, I don't know, make it their business to be in other people's business when it comes to their relationships are warning Klay about the woman that he's picking, calling her a 304 and saying he's destined to, destined to go down in flames. She's going to be the death of him. She's going to destroy him. She's going to be an energy drainer. She's going to betray him. She's going to hurt him. She's going to dry him up and leave him, somewhere as a hollowed out husk of a shell of a man. And, I'm just like this. Number one, it really bothers me how other people's lives, in particular people that look like Klay and Megan Thee Stallion, why is it that their personal lives and their romantic lives is always up for public debate and public and for fodder and for public scrutiny? But yet somehow, if I talk about Robert Kraft, right, and what he did, in that bathhouse or whatever it was, or that massage room, when he did something that's against the law, technically, people go, "Oh, that's not your business. Why do you care?" And it's the same people that look like me saying that, but but yet let that be Jay-Z doing that, and you're all in his business. He needs to go to prison and all this shit. It's just, I tell you, man, we just get in our own way so much, man. It's just whatever. So look, man, Klay Thompson has been struggling lately. And of course, you got people who are saying that that's her fault. Even though Klay Thompson has had struggles shooting the basketball well before he met her, somehow his struggles this time has to do with her. On top of that, this little clip has gone viral. Millions of people have watched it. And now they're labeling Klay as this soft, sentimental, sappy simp because he was apologizing for being late picking her up from the airport, Megan Thee Stallion. And then he gave her some roses, I guess, to try to placate her and to show how sorry he was. And people are going in on Klay Thompson.
Roses for my boo. I'm sorry I was late, babe. Damn it. I'm sorry. I thought I timed it well. Sorry. There's no excuse.
I saw some people going in on Klay talking about, like insinuating that like she must be taking his money because why is he driving a Toyota and he's a multi-millionaire? Let me ask you guys a question. What do you want from these athletes? Do you want them to live above their means to prove that they're rich and go broke like a Damon Jones, who spent all of his $20 million support, but his parents got to sell the house that he bought for them for collateral to get him, I think, to bail him out in his situation with the shenanigans he's pulled, right? Or do you live beneath your means? Like most billionaires. Billionaires live beneath their means. Yes, they'll go out on vacation, sometimes lived in lap of luxury, but they're not always spending like that. Bill Gates used to walk around with Walmart clothes. I said, wait a minute, I know that shirt. I wore that shirt. I got that from Walmart back in the day. I know those khakis. I bought those size 46 from Walmart. So at the end of the day, come on, man. Let's stop that. Secondly, I know some of this is Klay's a light-skinned brother. Y'all don't see light-skinned brothers as being hard. So Megan Thee Stallion, she gotta be using him. You know, not every brother talks to women like a Rick James. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even saying on YouTube. Every brother don't talk to women like Rick James or prime Snoop Dogg. You know what I'm saying? Some brothers talk to women like Marvin Gaye. Some of them talk to women like Lionel Richie. Some of them talk to women like Smokey Robinson. Klay probably comes from an era where, you know, he listened to R&B growing up as a little kid. He kind of looked like John B a little bit anyway. I mean, I don't know, bro. It's just I'm old enough to remember when brothers still believed in love. Like this new generation, which has absolutely no back memory of the R&B era. And I think they're strategic that they got rid of R&B. And it's funny how the songs that we grew up listening to, those R&B songs are now being sung by country music artists. That's another genre that they stole from us. And the only thing we got remaining is this perverse, deranged, psycho version of hip hop that has absolutely no cultural value whatsoever and only glorifies violence, hedonism, sexism, materialism, uh, this gluttony, self-hatred, all of this stuff. Hedonism, if I didn't say that. I mean, it's just a horribly abhorrent type of music, if you want to call it that has no redeeming social value. And then you wonder why we got all these cretins running around here with no souls, no hope, empty, all the money in the world, but so full of pain that they'll end it with just one, situation where they don't get their way on something. One sense of heartbreak. Look, man, I don't know whether this relationship with Klay and her is going to work, but that's how life works. Nothing's guaranteed. Sometimes you will get hurt. But as a man, you're supposed to move on. Yeah, it's going to hurt a little bit, but you move on and you keep it moving. I've never seen so many men who whine and complain about one or two heartbreaks. I don't understand it. You got a generation of men, honestly, in my opinion, who act like women. You don't think we've all been hurt? Of course. But the funny thing about it is, people will say that, watch out for these 304s, watch out for these 304s, but yet these guys still always go after those types. Just like how women complain about men, but they go after the wrong type. The ones who will be supposedly good for you, there's something about them you don't like. Because you're thinking with your own impulses. You're thinking through, you're thinking with your nether regions instead of your, you're thinking with lust and other things. And that's not what builds a relationship. Yeah, there should be that part of it, but it's not always that. Just going by that part is not a healthy a way to go about relationships. You one night stands, absolutely, but then you start finding things about that person you can't stand. But whatever, man. All I gotta say is I don't care about what Klay does, man. Like at the end of the day, Klay Thompson to me is a warrior. This is the same dude that came back from an ACL tear, and then while in the process of getting ready to come back from that, suffered an Achilles rupture. You got to be mentally tough to come back from that. 941 days between an injury and his return. That's 2.5 years. Most people would have quit. Most people would have quit. So Klay Thompson's a mentally tough guy. Sure, he may not talk like a Draymond Green. He don't run around kicking dudes in the nutsack and acting like Donkey Kong, but he's a tough dude. So I have no problems. I mean, I don't. I'm not concerned about Klay Thompson relationship. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get why people are so enthralled in this thing. Like, I don't understand it. I don't get it. Also, like I said before, about the criticism about him driving a Toyota, I don't get why he's supposed to dress like a bon vivant, why he's supposed to be, walking around acting and dressing like a potentate just to impress people. Yeah, I know y'all are fascinated by my vocabulary, man. Hey, man, I read a lot. But anyway, that's all I got to say about it, man. Tell me what you guys think.